how's going everybody? Brian here, and welcome back to another Whatever Wednesdays. In this video series, I just basically do whatever I feel like doing. Usually these are more long form, just kind of vlog videos, just talking about stuff, current events, things like that, what's going on with the channel. And I usually enjoy a nice cold beer doing all of that. So today, the beer I'm going to be enjoying with this one is the Piff, which is a hazy double IPA from 6 Point Brewery, one of my absolute favorites out of Brooklyn, New York. This one is 8.6%. Definitely going to catch a good buzz. I'll tell you, there's something about the hop profile that 6 Point uses with every one of their beers. They're always just so darn tasty to me. I've had probably, I don't know, it's been such a long time. It actually had been years since I had any. And then I discovered my local store here was starting to carry these mix packs. And there were a few that I had never seen. You know, like Resin was always one of my favorite IPAs. And then there's like a heavier version. There's a few different varieties of those. There was like a great red ale that they had. So many delicious beers. So it was nice to get back into them and start trying some of the newer flavors. Like I've never been huge, hazy IPA guy, but the Piff is really tasty. And then the regular hazy IPA that they have, the Stupor at 6.4%, is another pretty solid IPA all around. But anyway, this video is not going to be much. I'm doing it inside today. I normally try to get outside on the Wednesdays and do this, but it is way too hot outside right now. And, I'd just rather be in here and enjoying a cold beer. Plus, I don't feel like moving the camera around and, putting it on the other tripod, doing all that stuff. I figured I'd just come in here and film a video because I don't have a whole lot of stuff to talk about today. Before we jump into any topics, I do want to give this salute to all of you out there. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, especially those that leave comments and like and share the videos with other people so that they can join, because I really want to get some more viewers. I am trying to do a lot with these videos, trying to have a little bit of production value, not a lot, but a little bit. Not just me sitting in front of a phone and just putting out whatever comes up. Anyway, this one's for you. Cheers. Yeah, there's something like citrusy about these hazies. They're very creamy. It's very good, man. I absolutely love this Piff. It's super tasty. I brought the other one just in case I go through this one quick, which I don't really expect to. Again, I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I am trying to put out videos. It is a little discouraging. Like I did 2 hot sauce reviews because I've been really building up. I've been trying to support a lot of different hot sauce companies, or at least a few, a little bit here and there each paycheck. So like right now I've got a bunch of stuff back here from Stacked Hot Sauce, which is, Drew and used to be Cripplin' Drew's hot sauce, but they changed it to Stacked. We've got some Stanky sauce. There's a High Desert sauce. I think I have some Lucky Dog still, maybe 1 or 2 from Cobra Chili. And I've got some from Coney Island as well. So I've got quite a variety. I'm really trying to put out some more. So on Sunday I did 2 videos. Each one of those maybe got about 20 views, which is all right. I'm coming back into this. I knew all those years ago my videos never really got a ton. I used to get close to around 100 views per video. So I'm hoping at some point if I stick at this, then like they say, if you build it, they will come. So hopefully I keep putting out this content and we can get some more people to join in. Because really that's the only reason why I do this. It's a fun hobby. I really wanted to reconnect with, everyone that I used to enjoy in the Chili Head community, and many of them I still see. I do have like a really awesome thing that I was just confirmed is supposed to be mailed out to me this week. It's going to be somewhat of a challenge. I think the company, it's a jerky company that it's they wanted this to be similar to like the one chip challenge in a way, but I don't think it's going to be quite that hot though. I don't know. The man who made the special seasoning for this, I'll just say Devil's Dust. So anyone who knows. In the Chili Head community, he's been around forever. I was really honored. He reached out and asked me if I wanted to be the first to try this. And, and then there's a bunch of other reviewers that are going to get it as well. So there'll be another exclusive coming out here soon in the next few days, maybe. Hopefully before the weekend, it'll get here. That'd be nice. If not, you'll see this pop up sometime over the weekend. As soon as it comes in, I told him I'm making a video. Otherwise, it is what it is. I've been trying to get back into focus. I've got a ton of Thirsty Thursday videos already filmed. Not a ton, like 6. I think I have 6 videos filmed. I've got a few extra hot sauces already, but I'm going to try to bang out a couple more this week. The whole idea of that is, I work a full-time job. I've got a career which is kicking my ass lately, to be honest. That's why I've, not every week have I been putting out a video consistently every day that I want to during my schedule that I have up. It's just, I shoot for those days. I want to try to have a video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, but There's just sometimes where it just doesn't happen. I've got too much going on with work and just personal life as well. And especially when I'm not like, I don't have a ton of followers, I don't have a ton of viewers and stuff. So it doesn't really matter if I'm consistent or not at this point. It just kind of is what it is. Hopefully all that'll change again. But yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff planned and prepared. Some good stuff coming here soon. Otherwise, I went a little crazy recently. I picked up the Xbox Series X, but it was such an incredible deal. Man, everywhere I look, even used, you can find those usually around $400 to $600 for an older Series X. I guess that's their flagship console nowadays, their high-end premium console for the Xbox series. The reason why I bought it is Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to be coming out in November this year. The developers have confirmed that it is, even though they've had several delays and pushbacks. They're confirming that fall this year it will be coming out to consoles. And I was always a huge fan of GTA. I've played every one of them all the way up to, the last one I'm still playing. I have probably close to 1,000 hours on Steam. But I knew this wasn't going to be coming out on PC anytime soon. I mean, obviously consoles are all the same. They have the same hardware. It's easy for them to put out a big major title on a console or multiple consoles. Whereas for something like PC, it takes so long for them to try to work out all the bugs for all the people who have various configurations, different graphics cards, different processors, different motherboards, all that stuff. So I know it's going to be a while, probably a year, maybe 2 years before GTA comes out on PC, which I even bought a PC that would handle that. But now I mostly use my PC for some older titles on Steam and a couple new ones, but mostly just for video editing and photo editing these days. But I'm prepared with the console. And then, I wanted to go get a Guitar Hero 6 set up. Not Guitar Hero, Rock Band 4. What am I saying? Yeah, I don't know, I'm getting lost. It's Rock Band 4 was the newest one that they had put out on Xbox One, I think. And, that's a 10-year-old game, but I did manage to get a guitar and a few other things. I went on eBay. You really got to be careful and look at listings when people post. If they're showing an item as being, I don't know how to say it, like way cheaper than what it should be, then it's more likely a scam. I saw someone that had the drums, the guitar, and the game set up. And I think it was only like $110 what they were selling it for. If you look on eBay, that game alone is pretty high price, but to get the combo with the drums and the guitar and maybe even the microphone included as well, but not always, you're going to look to spend about $450 average, $450 on eBay to get that whole setup for a 10-year-old game. And it's just because there's the scarcity to it. There's so few of those were made and so few of them still exist today. But I was so disappointed. I got it. The guy started sending me texts the next day, which is an instant red flag. eBay tells you don't accept any messages. All messages should go through eBay. And the guy was asking me to pay for shipping. And, something seemed fishy. So I started looking into it. And it says, they shouldn't ask you for that. If there was an error, then they need to go back and relist. I tried to explain to the guy, well, you should just relist with the proper shipping costs and I'll pay it, or you can ship it to me and I'll give you money after it arrives, but I'm not just going to send you cash outside of an eBay transaction. That could void my buyer's protection and stuff that I have in place. But he said, nah, just return it. So I fought him and I decided to report him. Thankfully, his account was suspended and possibly terminated because I think he was doing a lot of other fraudulent deals with other folks as well. But now I have to try to get my $100 back, which sucks because the listing was still up. eBay, my money was paid to them. So now I got to try to figure out how to get my cash back from it all. I have reported it all, and I think I have to wait 3 or 4 days before I can actually talk to someone at eBay to get my money refunded back to me. Otherwise, I'll have to go to my credit card company and put a stop payment on that and get my cash back some way. But I think eBay has their whole buyer protection in place, and I'm counting on that to be the case. If not, I'm going to be pretty pissed off if I'm just out $100. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get some friends to go. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Aside from that, I learned that at the end of this year, fall, around the same time Grand Theft's coming out, they've apparently got a new kind of rock band setup, but I think it's the Red Octane team that mostly did the Guitar Hero stuff. They're coming back. They're doing it's called Stage Tour, so it's going to be very similar to the rock band stuff where you've got your guitar, your drums, your bass, and a singer. And man, that was always so much fun. When I was younger, that was the best thing. We'd all get together Usually it was a handle of Captain Morgan spice rum and some Dr. Pepper. It was a Friday or Saturday night, and 4 of us would get together and just jam out, taking turns playing drums, singing, playing the guitar, whatever, alternating. It was a lot of fun, so I'm hoping to recreate that again sometime here in the near future. And it all just adds to the whole arcade experience that I already have set up here with my retro pinball, my retro setup, my virtual pinball cab, all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip before I get into a heavy topic. And here goes. So, I didn't really know what to do with this video series. In my old Talk Can Tuesdays, I would always ask people to leave some comments down below. Let me know, like, if there's any questions you wanted me to answer, if there were any topics you wanted to hear discussed in any future videos. And I'm going to do the same for this video series. I'm really trying to avoid a lot of politics stuff, a lot of political things, because I don't want to drive a wedge between people. We are already so divided in politics, and, there's no changing my beliefs, and I'm not going to change anyone else's beliefs. So, really this channel is to focus on all the main hobbies that I like. But this video series will also talk on whatever Wednesdays about, maybe it'll be controversial topics. It'll be about things that are happening in the news, what's going on in the world. And I feel inclined, even though I know I'm several days late, weeks late, whatever, but I had to comment on this whole situation with the Metcalfs and the Anthony family, the Karmelo Anthony, all that stuff. It's so horrible what I've watched happen in this whole experience through the trial, before the trial, everything leading up to this, and then after. And I gotta say, man, what I've been seeing from a lot of black folks is really horrible, horrible behavior. And I mean, all you're really doing is reaffirming stereotypes. I've seen how the Metcalfs were getting death threats consistently throughout the whole time, even before they went to trial, before that little murdering piece of shit, Karmelo, got sentenced to 35 years in jail. Even before that, the family was getting all sorts of threats and everything else, despite the fact that their son was murdered by this piece of shit, Karmelo, the watermelon felon. I really don't get it, man. It's, how could you hate on that family? How can people be so ignorant and so, just hateful that you're going to attack this family that's suffering? They lost somebody. I mean, yeah, he's going to jail for 35 years. So probably, as long as he actually does be good while he's in there, he might get out early and maybe have some chance at life. At least he's not dead. But what I've been seeing, everything that I've been seeing online totally justifies Jeff Metcalf. Get up there, and the video that he put out where he called Karmelo a watermelon felon, and he said all the things he said. He's saying the things that a lot of people have been feeling for a very long time now. And it's, you see there's different types of people. And all we're seeing from this side, I mean, I watched a video on the Hodge Twins channel the other day. Great channel, love those guys. And it was the family leaving the courthouse after Karmelo was sentenced. And you can hear these heathen animals saying to them as they're walking to their car, "I'm glad Austin's dead. I'm glad." And saying all this horrible shit. And it's just like, what inspires someone? Is it really the low IQ thing? Is it the no, prefrontal lobe? Like, what is it? What makes people act in that kind of way and be just horrible monsters, animals, and have the no sympathy and no control of your emotions? I mean, it's just, I've always been someone that tries to be open, fair-minded, equal. And what I've seen on X from black people, the horrible shit they're saying, talking about white people better be watch out, be prepared, don't be on the streets in Texas this weekend because we're out there. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. And if you do, you really want to spark something off, I guarantee it's not gonna go the way you want it to go. It's gonna end real badly for all of you. We don't want those kind of things. We have tried to become together. We've tried to create unity. Jeff Metcalf tried to go to a press conference when the family was holding one because he wanted to forgive them and forgive Karmelo for the heinous, horrible crime that he committed. And the family kicked him out of the press conference. And then whoever that piece of shit spokesperson is that they have for the family, that got up and said terrible things about Jeff and Austin and how disrespectful he was and all this. No, what you people did was disrespectful. What has happened to that family is absolutely bullshit. His rant that he put out was spot on 100%. And a lot of people are getting tired of the bullshit. And, like he said, black fatigue is real. And it's that whole entitlement that, hell, I just watched a story where it was a couple of bitches went and tried to steal diapers with their 1-year-old, and they tried to run over the cops. The cops shot at the vehicle and killed the baby, and everyone's attacking the cops and saying, oh, the cops are horrible people. They shot at them trying to steal diapers. Well, for one, you're a shitty mother, and whoever else the other female was that took their 1-year-old baby to go steal anything. It doesn't matter what it is. And then the fact that they tried to drive into a police officer, sorry, you deserve to get shot. And it sucks that you put your kid in that situation and got your kid killed. It's horrible. But I mean, those are the realities. Nobody wants to take, they don't want to take accountability for their actions, for the things they do anymore. When I grew up, and every other generation before me, we took accountability. We took responsibility for the actions that we took. I mean, that's how a real adult handles things. And I see a lot of people from a certain community that do not want to take any accountability at all. If their child does something, doesn't matter how horrible it is, well, we're going to let him off. It's fine. He didn't do nothing. He was a good kid. Same thing with this situation. They were complaining there were no black jurors. And the reason why there were no black jurors is because they all said they couldn't be fair and impartial, and that they just couldn't convict a black person just because of the color of their skin. And then I saw not that long after, there was somebody, a YouTuber that did an interview with, I don't know who the hell the black lady was, but she was trying to instruct the black community and tell them, no, you can't be honest. Don't be honest when you go into jury duty. You have to lie and say, oh no, I can totally be fair and impartial, but then you go in and lie. And why are people going to trust you? Why should anybody ever trust you when that's the mentality that you have? I mean, the whole point, I was a juror. I ended up being a lead juror in a case. And it was because of me that this one particular black guy got off on his charges because the state tried to charge him for a higher crime. The judge said, well, we could get, just remember, you could give him the lesser crime. But when I looked at the I looked at the total outcome of everything, the evidence, we sat and we talked, and everyone agreed with me that, the state attorney tried to prosecute him for this crime. It doesn't matter if we can convict him for the lower crime. If the state attorney wanted to go for a charge that they knew they could stick, then they should have gone with the lesser charge. Instead, they went for the higher. So I said, no, he didn't do it. There's not enough evidence to convict him of this. And why are we going to convict him of a lower crime? If the state attorney wanted it, they should have gone for that lower crime, and we probably would have agreed, and he would have been guilty of that. But the whole point of that is I can be fair and impartial. It doesn't matter who it is. That's the whole point of being in jury duty, is that you are a fair and impartial person on that jury, a peer to your peers that are there facing a trial, and it's your job to try to help them, get through that situation, to be fair and give them a listen and really listen to the facts and look at it all. Like they say, you're building a sandwich. If the prosecution is, they put down the bread and the mayonnaise and, they put down the meat and all that, but there's cheese or there's something that's missing out of it and you don't feel like it's full, you didn't get all of the information, then that's a shadow of a doubt. There's a tiny bit there. So anyway, it's just crazy to see the way people are handling this case, what's being said on the left. It's by certain folks, both on the left-hand side of the aisle, as well as just black people in the community in general. It's ridiculous. Like, come on, man. Like, this little piece of shit murdered a kid, after 15 times being told to leave a tent he's not supposed to be in, and he wanted to act all tough and say, y'all won't do shit, y'all are pussies, and, touch me and see what happens, and somebody touches him, not even very hard, and he just stabs the kid in the chest. Sorry, you're a fucking murderer piece of shit. I mean, you look at the people that praised OJ getting out. OJ fucking murdered his wife and Ron Goldman. I mean, he killed them both and somehow managed to get off, and the black community loved it. They raved, woo! You know, even though he was a murdering piece of shit, and now he's still out on jail, you know, enjoying whatever little money he has left after they, you know, the attorneys and everything raped him of everything. His collections of collectibles were sold and all that stuff. But, you know, I had to at least touch on that because it's the hot topic that's going on right now anyway. And you know, I'm just tired of seeing a lot of stuff. And thankfully, I live in a community where, you know, that kind of shit's not going to happen. It's not tolerated here. Come here with your protests. Come here with your BS in Florida. Our governor allows us. You block the road, I have a right to run your ass over because you're not going to impede on my right to free travel. Plus, we're a stand your ground state, among other things, so people can make all the threats online that they want. But thankfully, we don't see that kind of stuff here. Now, if I travel to Jacksonville or Duval, well, some of those areas, yeah, you're going to see that. Maybe if I go to Gainesville even, which is another just liberal cesspool of weirdos and freaks that are probably all in favor of the Anthony family. I'm not going to even go into the Anthony family and how they left their son up there after, you know, during sentencing, and how they kept grifting, trying to get more money, got $600,000+, nose job, new car, you know, new house, all that stuff. It's a terrible situation, man. On that note, I'm going to finish this beer. My throat's dry. I've been talking a lot. Hope you stayed with me through this. What are your thoughts on all this? You know, leave me some comments down below. You can be hateful if you want. You can, you know, hate the fact that I'm honest and that I said what I said. It really doesn't matter. I know I've been seeing the beer whisperer. I don't know if he gets by that anymore, if it's the whiskey whisperer who gets a couple views per video that he puts out, ranting and raving about certain things. You know, I don't care if you leave hateful stuff. Just throw down some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm open and honest, always will be. And this is a hot topic, so I want to touch on it. Again, this one's for all of you watching. Salud. You know, it's not really a chugging kind of beer, but 8.6%. That's going to give me a good buzz. I think I'm going to wrap up this video. You know, I just kind of wanted to keep the videos coming. I'm trying to. I know that YouTube's algorithm really tries to push people that are consistent, that are putting out videos all the time. So I am really trying to give this an effort. You're going to see my videos Monday, you know, Munchie Mondays, Techie Tuesdays. I didn't do one yesterday because I didn't have anything to talk about. I will have some stuff coming here in the next couple weeks for the Techie Tuesday series, whatever, Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Spicy Sundays, trying to stick with that schedule as best I can. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's any topics you'd like to hear me discuss in next week's whatever Wednesday, if there's any questions you'd like answered, anything at all, throw it down below in the comments. I'll definitely reply to you. I always reply to everyone, and I'll make sure to make note of it and write it down, and I'll cover whatever you want to hear in the in next week's episode. So if you like this video, be sure and give it a big thumbs up so YouTube's algorithm pushes this out to more people. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Videos coming almost every single day. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Stay toasty, my friends. We'll see you in the next video. I'm going to go drink this beer and spend some time with my girl. Cheers.